Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking Real Housewives of Atlanta, and the ratings are in, and the ratings only went up 1,000 views. For the part 2 of the reunion, so you'll remember the season finale came in at 685,000 views. Usually ticking up like that would indicate a good sign for the reunion episodes, because typically more people watch the reunion. And y'all were hyping up the reunion trailer. Y'all said, oh, this looks like this is going to make up for the terrible and lackluster season and everything else. And y'all were nowhere to be found. So much so that 143,000 of y'all dipped for reunion part 1, right? And only 1,000 of y'all came back for reunion part 2. Make it make sense! Make it make sense! The demo stayed the same at 0.10, you guys. And, you know, let's just keep it a buck. It sucks. It sucks. It is boring. And a big thing is, you know, ultimately, now I know some people are going to say, well, Portia really didn't have any competition, da-da-da-da-da. She was mainly going against, you know, the newbies, da-da-da-da-da-da, right? Cynthia was only a friend of, da-da-da-da-da. Phaedra was only on the show for the last couple of weeks, da-da-da-da-da-da. But still, I think, you know, you cannot focus in the beginning part of the show and the season on the Kenya versus Brit saga and not have them there at the reunion to defend what happened and what took place. I think that was a huge mistake, and I think you shouldn't have even included anything that had happened if you intended on getting rid of Kenya. Like, none of it, it should have been completely redirected to something else if you had no intentions of, you know, keeping Kenya along, because now there's this huge void at the reunion. And then Britt was still a part of a lot of storylines and a lot of drama that took place as well, but now she's allegedly suing the network, so nonetheless, you know, you have that going on, right? And then trying to drag out this foolishness with some alleged affair with Angela Oakley, Charles Oakley, and everything else in a scheme that Todd set up, I don't know, allegedly. And who is Junebug? Who is Phaedra's people? Who is this? Who is that? Who cares? Who cares? Portia mended fences with Drew Sidora to neutralize that situation, and they have since started following each other again. So you know what that means. If Drew Sidora comes back for season 17, her and Portia are going to be back to being besties again. Which leaves Shamea on the outside looking in, you guys. Which the cliffhanger was at the, you know, climax of the Portia versus Shamea saga, you guys. In which now the gloves are off, right? And we're leaving off with Portia saying that disparaging things were, you know, said about her via Shamea's mom and everything else. But the problem is that whatever's going to air on part 3 of the reunion is not more important, is not more interesting than the feast that Portia gave us yesterday. Portia held back at that reunion because she still was trying to consider and spare Shamea's feelings, even though she knew Shamea was dragging her through the mud in all of these interviews. She knew Shamea allegedly was plotting to take her down by having these secret sit-downs with Angela Oakley and Drew Sidora. Now, Angela Oakley and Drew Sidora are a little bit more savvy than Shamea because they understood Portia is being promoted everywhere for the show. You link up with Portia, you potentially have a shot at the traders, you got a shot at all these brand deals. And even in the midst of this beef, Portia announces another brand deal yesterday. That's what Shamea wants. Y'all keep saying Portia is jealous of Shamea, and I'm saying jealous where? If she wanted the lifestyle that y'all are hyping up so much, the husband and the mansion and all this and that, she could have just faked staying in the marriage with Simon. If that's what she really wanted. So that argument doesn't make sense to me, because Portia could have easily faked stayed married to Simon for a storyline for her big return to the show and do double dates with Gerald and Shamea. But Gerald wasn't going to be on the camera anyways. See, I don't understand y'all logic. Y'all think being married to somebody who is rich and having millions of dollars, y'all think that's going to solve all the issues and solve all your problems. People still got problems, whether you got money or not. So I'm confused by the angle. The issue is the scheme that Shamea set up, which was she wanted to reconnect with Portia the moment Portia got on Real Housewives of Atlanta, shortly after Portia got married to Cordell. Now, all of a sudden, you're interested in being Portia's friend again, but this friendship was never going to go the distance because y'all mamas done fell out. So now you have a situation where Portia is friends with all these housewives that Portia's gotten to know. Shamea has basically been, BFFs with Kandi this entire time, which is a conflict of interest. And so all of this is happening. All of this is taking place. And, it's awkward because it's coming out. And even Claudia Jordan confirmed this last night, that Shamea was running her mouth about Portia back then. So you got Sheree, you got Shamea, you got Shamea running her mouth to all these people, to Claudia Jordan, to Kenya Moore, to Kandi, to all these people who, again, if you were truly a bestie to Portia, you would not be saying nothing about Portia behind her back. So we can talk about how much of a liar Portia is. We can talk about how much of a bad friend Portia is, but Shamea is equally as much of a bad friend. Or maybe she was never a friend at all, you guys. But Bravo had set it up this season that these were the besties, right? This is multi-decade year friendship, childhood friends, all this and that, besties. Shamea was not being messy on camera, so she had this illusion that because I wasn't being messy on camera, I am writing for you. Drew keeps calling me your lapdog. No. You needed a storyline. You needed a storyline, so you hopped on wherever you could get in and fit in and make it look like you and Portia were still cool. You sit next to her in first class to the Nashville trip and everything else. You're staying up with her till 4 or 5 in the morning, partying it up for Portia's birthday trip and everything else. You're making it seem like I'm the bestie. I should get the best room, da-da-da-da-da. Portia is giving you that accommodation. You don't do her the same courtesy and Grenada and everything else. And you try to convince the people that you have best friend rights, but you're running your mouth everywhere, bashing Portia's name. And you thought Portia was not going to find out. But the other housewives peep game and they realize it's better for them to be cool with Portia than to be against Portia, because they're promoting Portia as the new focal point of the show, whether you like Portia or not. They are giving her the treatment that Nene had when they, had Nene be the darling of Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? Where you're getting all the opportunities, you're getting all the shows, you're getting all of these, brand deals and everything else. That's what Shamea wants. Shamea wants that fame and that notoriety and that access. But she played all of this wrong, trying to go against Portia, because how are you going to get access to something if you are trying to tarnish somebody's name and brand and reputation? And Andy Cohen and everybody, they love Portia. Just like they love Phaedra, just like Andy Cohen made it a point to say Phaedra's not going anywhere. And they love frickin' frack. They can market frickin' frack. Y'all lost the plot. So So now Shamea has taken Real Housewives of Atlanta out of her bio and has unpinned that announcement that she finally made it as a peach. And this is a worse flop than a Marlo situation because you were desperate to be seen. But instead of enjoying your anniversary trip, you are going back and forth on the internet with Drew Sidora and going back and forth on the internet with Portia Williams. No. You need to be catering to your anniversary trip and your husband. So it would not shock me at all if Gerald's like, listen, looky here. I don't plan on being this show. I don't want this show to ruin our marriage because I saw what they did with what was going on with Angela Oakley and Charles Oakley and everything else. They're going to come for us next. So you need to make a decision. Do you want your marriage or do you want to be, famous and try to be like Portia? So that's going to be interesting to see on whether or not Portia can come back. Now, not Portia can come back. She'll come back. Shamea can come back. But I feel like Bravo should cut their losses. Because Candy did all this bragging that she fought to have Shamea have this peach, and it's just giving conflict of interest. It's just giving, y'all tried to get revenge on Portia and for stuff from 8 to 10 years ago, and it flopped. So I think that they should look for 3 new housewives. I think of the newbies, they should only keep Angela. I think if Shamea goes, I think that saves Drew Sidora's job. And you have frickin' frack with Portia and Phaedra, and then you have Angela and Drew Sidora who are actual friends, right? And you build around that, and you bring back either Sheree and you bring back Nene. And you see what happens. I don't know about the Kenya angle because I don't know how much of an impact the lawsuit is going to affect whether or not Kenya can come back on the show. So that's the piece, that's the gray area for me, is if Kenya can ever be able to return with everything that has happened with, the Britt Edie situation. But nonetheless, I think Shamea played this all wrong. She should have really focused in on being a true best friend to Portia, because say what you want about Portia, there has not been Nan housewife this season that has said Portia has been going behind Shamea's back, talking greasy about Shamea. So say what you want. Portia had the wherewithal to understand I'm not about to be gossiping about my alleged childhood friend of 20 years. But Shamea did not have that wherewithal because all she cared about was holding a grudge and not being honest about her real issues with Portia and just pretending to smooth things over until she ultimately got a peach. And now she is the one with egg all over her face. Make it make sense. So there is that. That is it. That is all for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.